Mr. Cheng.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise in support of the White Paper on the Singapore Women's Development. Firstly, I want to say thank you on behalf of the many women out there. The proposal to legalise elective egg freezing for women aged 21 to 35, regardless of marital status, is an incredibly important development. For us women, the passage of time affects our bodies significantly, and our health and fertility may not hold up until situations that finally allow us to have babies. For couples who have difficulties conceiving, the road to parenthood can be so very tedious, frustrating, demoralizing, and expensive. In 2020, we took concrete steps to help women and couples fulfill their dream of parenthood with measures such as removing the age limit for women undergoing IVF and enhancing the government co-funding for ART procedures. Today, we're able to take another step forward with elective egg freezing for all healthy women aged 21 to 35. This is a topic close to my heart, and I've been raising parliamentary questions on this since 2016. Last year, I devoted my entire budget speech on egg freezing. Why? In 2015, I started the Baby Joy program in Tampines East, where I would visit families with newborns. I brought diaper cakes to congratulate them on the arrival of the new bundle of joy. It was at all these house visits that I heard the stories of their journey to parenthood. For many couples, the process wasn't easy at all. It was clear to me that with today's improvement in medical technology, we can definitely do more at so many levels to help women make informed and individual choices to preserve their right to motherhood. Take, for example, Janet, 38 years old, is struggling with IVF, as there seem to be issues with the quality of her eggs. She wanted to freeze them at 33 years old, but didn't because she could not fly out due to work commitments. She met her husband at age 35. She said she always dated with marriage as an end goal, but the dating scene was limited for her as a 30-something woman. Now that she's ready, her eggs are no longer quite as ready. Another 33 years old said she's a PhD holder with a government scholarship and is single not by choice. She tried online dating, asking friends for help, but things just did not work out. She said, educated women are not overly picky, but she feels she has not been lucky. She added that she just came out from an abusive relationship. Is it better for her to settle and have a child, grow in a potentially abusive environment, or end it, recover, and start her search again for Mr. Right? She wants to try again, and she looks forward to being a mother one day. She needs to buy some time. The reality is that for various reasons, marrying and starting families early is not always possible. Even if it's the ideal scenario, sometimes things just don't work out. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to suggest we extend the age limit for elective egg freezing to 40 years old. While I understand scientific evidence shows that the quality of women's eggs depreciates significantly after the age of 35, we all know that it has now become relatively common for women to conceive between the age of 35 and 40, and some even in their early 40s. Sir, while I'm delighted with the proposed recommendation allowing women to start freezing their eggs from the age of 21, most women really only think of egg freezing when they are in their 30s. I've spoken to so many women, and this seems rather clear. When I did the Journey to Parenthood survey in 2019, those in the range of 25 to 29 took a neutral stand to egg freezing. It is just not something they're thinking of at that age. They are focused on better jobs, pay, dating, clubbing, travel. The world is their oyster. Before they know it, they'll be in their 30s, and maybe in the situations not unlike the stories I shared earlier. Where did the time go? How can I find the right partner? I find a huge pity that the age limit is set at 35 and that this policy is underserving a very important age segment that is 36 to 40. My sense that even with the new policy, it will be the women in their 30s who will form the majority who chooses to undergo this procedure. If I may humbly ask, can we have more discussion on the age limit and fine-tune the legislation? Another reason why women in their early 20s are not likely to undergo elective egg freezing is the issue of cost. Many understand that egg freezing is an elective procedure, and if they want it, they know they have to save for it. The cost of $10,000 to $12,000, while not cheap, is savable for many. However, this tends to happen when there is a certain level of financial stability, and that only happens when one enters one's 30s. A fortnight ago, before the white paper was out, I did a live Instagram session with Dr. Janice Tong, a gynae, and Nicole, a moderator invited by Love Bonito, a local fashion apparel company. About 9,000 followers tuned in that night and had a very lively discussion on egg freezing. Many commented that egg freezing is the right of the individual woman, a personal choice, a woman's right to preserve her chances of motherhood if she so chooses to do. From the Instagram live session, I learned that people are curious. We discussed cost, the process, success rate of live birth, how many eggs were needed, what is the annual maintenance cost, and of course other questions. But before the session started, I asked the team if they have considered egg freezing and if they have also seen a gynae before. Almost all replied no. Sir, I often ask this question, the same question, when I meet participants, activists who are single, journalists, both at egg freezing dialogues and at interviews. Most would tell me they have spoken to friends or are researching on it. But so far, I've not had anyone who said they have been to a gynae. Women need to be better informed and understand their bodies. They need to consult their gynae earlier in order to understand their fertility health. I've met many couples in their late 20s and early 30s who struggle with fertility issues. Many young couples who struggle with these issues were surprised to be in that situation. Many assume that the problem is only after 35 years old. Ladies do not screen early enough to detect the possible issues. Some common issues such as endometriosis, PCOS affects 20 to 30% of women of reproductive age, and this can cause infertility. Early detection can help them significantly. On this topic of female fertility wellness, I would also like to bring up the possibility of funding for female fertility screening. I hope that the government can implement a subsidized ladies' health check for women in their late 20s to early 30s, or allow Medisafe withdrawal for such screening and consultations. Mr. Speaker, sir, this step forward is a recognition of women's rights and trusting our ability to make our own choices. The role of media in educating the public was crucial in this. When I first raised egg freezing in 2016, Straits Times carried it as top story in Sunday Times. And when I raised a PQ in 2017, Zaopao had a half-page article to educate their readers on egg freezing. Over the years, there has been many articles to spread awareness, CNA, Today, Mothership, Her World, and many more. Celebrities like S.A. Wong also shared about her egg freezing journey. We were together on a radio show last year, and she shared her views quite candidly with the audience as well. Dr. Ann Tan, Dr. S.F. Loh, and many more who were taking interviews and advocating for the cause. With more conversations, better knowledge and counseling, we women can shift mindsets, stay updated, and make sensible choices for ourselves and our future. Thank you, sir. I support the motion.